that is the sound of the jar of names. We shall pick out a name. I have one. This video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Dejan Petkovic. Yes, so thank you for commenting. Let's begin with the podcast then, shall we? So this is the cup of tea. And this is the podcast. Right. Where's my list? If you want to go down to my comments, it should be there. It might not be, but it might be. You can go down to my skip list. You can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's TV time, this week's question, and this week's goals. Right then, update. So I did say this week I was going to be on holiday. I didn't really get as much as I wanted to get done. What I wanted to do, which I know was not realistic at all, was I wanted to get to the point where I could update details on the videos. It did not happen. However, we'll talk more about my video schedule back in the goals section, because that's more related to that, but we'll talk about that then. Also, another little update as well. Assassin's Creed 3 Episode 21. Sadly, I accidentally deleted some of the footage before I rendered it, because I thought it was a different one, but it wasn't, so I had to do some bits again, so I had to get some video clips from online, which they have varying different qualities. One's a bit poop, one's alright. And then obviously it's my own recording of some of the missions I could do again. So that episode was a little bit... Well, you've probably seen it by now, but it was a little bit wonky in terms of quality and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully it was alright. Hopefully you still enjoyed it. But yeah, just wanted to let you know that happened, because obviously that's bad, and it's nice to update you on that. Is that everything on that bit? I think it is on the update. Let's go on to the topic then. Let's go on to this week's names. Right, you'll have to bear with me. I'm just trying to sort a few things out, because there's actually somebody that commented... and I didn't put it down in for this week's question. Aha, yeah, found it. That's okay then. Right, so let's go on to this week's names then. I have my list open. Right, so right now you're listening to the podcast. That's this. Hello, welcome, podcast. And then after this, you'll have an Assassin's Creed video called Time for Cooking, which I think is quite a good episode. So if you're going to watch any this week, I would recommend that one. And then after that, we'll have a Bastion video called Pistols at Dawn. After that, we'll have Assassin's Creed 3 video called Little Dunk. And then we'll have a Bastion video called Gentleman's Tear, which you should all know what that is. And then Friday, we've got a very lovely title, which I think is quite a good, nice title, Nautical Adventures. If you know what nautical means, then you know what adventures we're having. And then after that, we'll have another pointing episode, which I'm not sure which part it's going to be, but it's going to be something in the hunting region. It's going to be, I don't know, Scotch Plains maybe? I forget which one it is. I think I know which one I want to do, but I don't know which one it's called. It's the one with the lighthouse. Okay, cool. And the hints. So last week's hint was it's Halloween soon, so what do you think we're going to be doing? The answer was pumpkin carving. Do it every year. I've done it for 2 years now. One on this channel, one on my old JD262 channel. And obviously we're going to do a new one now, so that's 2 on this channel now. But yeah, so obviously let us know which one you thought were 1. It's on Cup of Adventure if you want to go check it out. Oh wait, I say this channel, I mean Cup of Adventure. 2 on Cup of Adventure, 1 on this channel. That's it. Yeah, right. But the hint for next week's video is Halloween is on Monday. The 31st, obviously, and it's going to be a Halloween special. Now, the title of what type of video we're going to be doing is actually the name of a guy that invented it. So if you know your history of video editing, then you know this guy's name. I don't think there's many where it was named after a person's name, but all I would say he was German, or at least of that sort of area in Europe. That he sort of will help you with his name. But that's this week's hint. Right then. So we'll move swiftly on now to TV time. What have I seen in TV time then? Right. Well, hold on, I need to put some beginner questions. There we go, it's been put in. Basically, I've been watching 2 main ones this week. I've been catching up with everything else, but the only 2 ones I want to be able to talk about this week. Actually, first off, Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl to an extent. All pretty good. Gotham's pretty good as well at the moment. They're all pretty decent. They're actually quite good seasons. But what I want to talk about is Walking Dead, because that's back, and Bake Off, because that's gone. So Walking Dead, they killed off the main characters. I saw a spoiler, but then what happened was... Well, it was like a half spoiler. Like, it didn't tell me it was, but I thought it might have been them who died. Basically, I saw that, and I was like, oh, well, now I know. But then when it happened, they did it in a certain way where I was thrown off, but I was like, oh, so it's not then. But then it was, and it was like, oh, damn. So it was actually quite good. So I saw the spoiler, which was bad, but then it sort of twisted it around anyway. So it was like, yeah. So it's pretty cool. But Walking Dead, I can't wait for the next episode, because we're going to see the tiger. And King Ezekiel was his name? Not sure. Okay, but Bake Off now then. Bake Off is finally gone now. And can I just say, it's just a fantastic, fantastic season. It's such a fantastic series as well. Love Bake Off. Really sad to see it go, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that the BBC will do a type of it as well with Mary Berry back as well and stuff like that, because it's just so good. I'm gonna miss it so much. But the thing is, this is my theory. Got a theory. There's two people that run a Bake Off. It was Jane and Candice. Basically, it's like a young baker and an oldish baker. And at the end of the last Bake Off episode, they did like a recap of what everyone was doing. Like one was let back into Yorkshire because she said in the series that, if I can't make a Yorkshire pudding, they're never going to let me back into Yorkshire. But obviously they said, she got let back into Yorkshire. They said about one guy called Selassie. He was going on a road trip around Europe on his bike and such and such and such. But the last one was the star baker, the winner of Bake Off, who I won't say who it was, and somebody else. And basically, they said that they're going to go on a baking trip around Europe or something, going on a baking trip, road trip. Right, now here's the thing. They finished this a while ago, before they knew about they sold the rights to Channel 4, or they got bought off by Channel 4. So basically, they could have had time to plan out a whole new baking series featuring two of these characters that were in this Bake Off season who are very well liked in social media and stuff. These people are loved. So I'm hoping they're going to do like a Hairy Biker series, something similar to that, or with like the Two Greedy Italians, where it's two people going around doing baking things. So I'm hoping they do it with these two characters, because I just think it would just be fantastic. I mean, I'm getting too overhyped, but I just mean like the way they did it. It's like, they're sowing the seeds for the next Bake Off thing on BBC, and it's like, oh my god, please do it. It would just be so fantastic, and I would love it. Oh my god. I'm glad I've told someone, because this would be so fantastic. I mean, the two characters that did it, the person that won plus I'm going to say second place person, because they were in second place, even though they weren't told it was second place. They're just the dramatic between the two, which is fantastic. Like one of them's like it's just great. Honestly, if this happens, I'm going to say I'm called it. I'm going to say I told you so. But oh my god, I'm hoping it's the case, because it will be fantastic. I need to go off now because I'm ranting. Anyway, let's go on to community section now, then, moving swiftly away. It's quite a small one this week, because we're quite a small amount of videos being released, but more people have been commenting on videos. It's just these are the people that commented on last week's videos since the last podcast. But this week we have Max Ravage and Horia. Only two, but there have been some other people commenting on older videos as well, so they're not just the only two being around, it's just these two people that have been around on the latest videos. But thank you very much anyway. Now we should go on to Q&A. So this week we have the name that movie, from Horia, who says, name that movie. An elderly man abducts a young overweight Asian boy to replace his dead wife. Got this one straight away. This is Up. I mean, Up. Up's just a great film. I have the pop figure of Carl from Up. Yes. It used to be on my name badge when I worked at the cinema, because you had to pick your favourite film to go on your name badge. Mine was Up. So, I got that straight away. But yeah, that was a good one. It was good on that one. Moving on now then to subscribers. This week we have no new subscribers, except for one resub. But I don't add resubs back in because, I think it's fair. But we have gone up in some names. We've gone up from 1,216 to 1,219. That's an increase of 3, and that's just lovely. So thank you all for the new subscribers. Don't know your names, but welcome. Welcome. Right then, now question. Last week's question was about camera vlog plus a fly cam was the other thing I was going to get for Christmas. I've asked my friend to get a fly cam for me because I got them something quite expensive, so they're sort of getting me something expensive at the same time. And I'll just say that from the videos I've got planned coming up before Christmas, obviously, I really need this fly cam, and it would just be so good if I had it, but I don't have it yet. But obviously in future videos I'll be able to use it, so it'll be great. So I'm definitely getting that one. But the other thing was between a drone and a camera. Max Ravage said, getting a camera wouldn't be a bad idea. Get a drone some other time. So yes, I'm not sure why you think getting a camera would be a good idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, this is going to be a vlog camera. I mean, I have a camera which I think does the job. But this is specifically the vlog camera I wanted, because I want to do vlogs in the future. But basically he says he prefers the camera, so yeah, I'm going for the camera anyway. I think it's just cheap. It's actually more expensive, but I think personally I'm going to use it first before I'll use a drone. Like, a drone's more like that'd be great to have, but the vlog camera is more something that I definitely said by next Christmas I'm going to be just starting them, so it's going to be definitely used more than a drone for now at least. But yeah, the drone would be nice, but it's just that's just the way I'm going, unfortunately. Right, but this week's question is linked to that one, is if I did vlogs, would you watch them? Because I definitely want to do them. Like weekly vlogs, I think is what I'm going to do instead of daily. Daily would just be too boring. Weekly might be slightly less boring. But what I'm thinking of is, because I'm going to put it on a couple of adventure videos, because it's that sort of type of videos, not gaming, it's more that. But what I'm thinking I might do is I might sort of use it to replace the podcast what you listen to right now, just because it'd be slightly easier for me workload wise, plus everything will sort of be covered in that. I mean, I won't have to change it a little bit because obviously they're two different formats in video. But what I might do is I might just do the podcast every month or so instead of every week, and then just do the vlogs every week instead. What do you feel about that? Because I'm thinking that if I did that, people will hate it because they like I think they like the podcast. But obviously some features will return over there. Like I might do some questions in there if I don't have any content to put in the vlog, or I might do the Mention Monday over there as well. I'm not too sure. But obviously, times do change. Things do have to adapt to survive. But that's what I'm thinking, because I would like to do the vlogs. I think they'll be interesting to do. I don't have an interesting life, but vlogs are a good sort of therapy thing as well, because you're thinking of making better content for the vlogs, you do more things. So that's obviously, it's just a great life decision, I think, as well, apart from security. Security is quite a bad reason to do them, but I want to do them. Plus, I want to put my face on some videos eventually. So yeah, you'll be seeing my ugly mug. But not Pepper Cookies. Pepper Cookies, I will keep her out of videos until she's at least 16, because, online security, e-safety, I'm big on that. And especially on protect the young ones. Me, not so much. I can take care of myself, but always protect the little ones. But yeah, let me know about those two things, basically. Would you watch the vlogs? And would you mind if it replaces the podcast or such, talk about that. But I probably won't get rid of the podcast altogether, because it's a staple of my channel. It might just be pushed to every month or so. It'll be like an update of every month. But I think that might be better. But let me know what you think. Yeah, I think that's good. Right then, let's moving on then from the question to this week's comment. So this week's comment was a clear winner. As soon as I read this, I was just like, boom, instant win, because it was just fantastic, literally. It does go to Horia, who has lots under his belt, but basically it's talking about Bastion. In Bastion, I said this before, you collect upgrades for your weapons called something, something, like, say, for example, if it's a spear, it's something pointy. So this is what he said. I wonder if this game, you'll be able to find something strange. In the neighbourhood, who are you going to upgrade? Ghost Duster. Yeah, it's topical because it's Halloween soon, and it's just something strange, and it's like in the neighbourhood. It's just, Ghostbusters. It's great. It's fantastic. Loved it. Instant win. Probably one of the best ones you've ever done, I think. Anyway, let's go now on to goals. So the goal last week was to catch up by Monday, I think. I've only written down Monday, so I assume that means Monday. But basically, I've got a plan to get caught up. That's the main goals at the moment. So I'm actually on track at the moment. Sort of. I do need to edit the podcast and the pumpkin video today, which is a Friday. Recording this on a Friday, which is not going to happen. But the only problem I've got at the moment is rendering. I don't have enough time to render, so I might not be caught up by this Monday. My goal is to be caught up by this Monday, but I don't think rendering is going to allow me to do it. I mean, I've got next lot of videos pretty much ready to render, apart from the 2 Bastion videos, which won't take long to edit at all. But everything else is ready to render. I just need space on my computer to render. So yeah, I think definitely this time we're going to get caught up, because everything is pretty much ready. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to do the last Assassin's Creed pointing episode that you'll see this week. Plus, probably edit the pumpkin video tomorrow and the podcast tomorrow and the 2 Bastion videos tomorrow maybe as well. But then I could do that. And then I just have to render it all out, which is the problem at the moment. But everything else is done. So hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is it, guys. So this week's goal is to make this it. If that makes sense. Alright, we'll find out whenever the next podcast is out. That's it then. Alright then, so it's quite a lengthy video, but I felt like it was a good one, because we've talked about a lot of stuff. Right then, anyway. If you want to find out what I went for costume-wise for Halloween, up to work, I must admit, for 10 hours, I went as Gandalf the Grey. It's Halloween, well, I will. But, it's just great, isn't it? It's great. Maybe you'll see it in the Halloween video. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Maybe we'll change a few things around. We'll see. Right, that's the cup of tea finished. So quickly, what film last week was Shrek? Max Ravage did get it right, so congratulations. Yes, but this week it's time for another thing. So till the next time we meet, farewell, wherever I see you next. But right now, it's time for What Film? Harry Baby!